I think we are supposed to start with the MSCI 22, and in your MSCI 22, uh, this is your first unit, first block. It is again related to network security. So today we'll talk about how to capture the data packets, and we'll do the data sniffing, and we'll do some implementation on that. Right. Then identity management. Okay, we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about wireless security and wireless hacking. Then you have other practicals related to securing protocols. Okay, so once we are talking about protocols, so what is a model of security in terms of protocols, how HTTP and HTTP works, and in case like let's say we'll talk about the case of phishing. So how can you identify whether the site which you are accessing is a phished website or not? So I think that is what we can try to identify the level of protocols and the security protocols, how to implement security protocols and all. Third block is related to cryptography. Okay, so we'll talk about the practical part of this. What do you mean by symmetric, asymmetric, and hash values, and cryptography model? So we'll discuss about the entire part of cryptography. This is good. And okay, then the implementation of firewalls, IDS, IPS, and scanning, some analysis tools and scanning tools. Perfect. So shall we start? I think let's start without wasting time. So recording is already there, and I think you can otherwise access from online, right? So let's start. So concern is whenever we talk about network related security, network security is a one of the major part where we are supposed to discuss that how the data is being moving on the network, what is the criteria of the data, and in fact sometimes your system is replying back to the network packets without any intimation. So certain protocols are there, like probably you heard about ICMP protocol. In the previous session we discussed about ping command, and we discuss about the protocol like ICMP. So whenever you are going to generate ICMP packets and forward those packets to any IP or any machine, hardly matters whether it is on your LAN or on internet, your data packet generated, transferred, connects to the destination. If available, it connects to the destination. You're on the destination, the system accept those packets, and once it accept those packets, it process those packets and release those packets with some reply, and that reply comes to your machine. So that means if you are going to ping, let's say if I'll simply ping to google.com as I'm on internet. So if I'll ping to Google, I got some reply. As I'm on Linux architecture, I'm on Linux. So by default, in case of Linux, you might you just take a look. You identified that there is a 64 bytes packet is there, and it is generated, and the reply which we receive on the behalf of google.com is there must be some router or some network cluster server, and their IP address is this one, right? And this is their host name with their IP address, and we got a ICMP protocol which generates the packet. So there is a sequence of packets which are going on. The detail is there, and how much time it took to process the packet, and it released the packet from the destination to my machine. That is the source. So these all are the reply packets. These all are reply packets, right? So that means if somebody is going to make a ping command or process any packet on my machine, there is no as such intimation from my machine that somebody is trying to ping packets on my machine and my machine is processing that packet. So it's all intangible. So in that case, in certain scenario, we need to figure out what is the traffic generated on my machine, or why not on the entire network. And at the same time, if the packet generated, so what is the type of packet, what are the protocols, what are their headers of those packets, and the content which is moving through across the network. So as earlier also I explained that there are three different level of hacking is possible. The first is system level hacking. So that means you need to go and somehow you need to deploy something on the system, and then further the system get compromised and you can access. So at least you need a one physical, somehow you need an access, physical access of that machine, so that you can able to deploy some malwares or some backdoors or something, right? So that could be one of the way. But if in case you will not be able to touch any computer and still you want to access the data, or you want to penetrate the network architecture or system architecture, then the next level is network level hacking. So in network hacking, we are supposed to talk about even network security for that. So what are the policies, how to write the policies, how to identify the things, we'll talk more on it. And you can identify the various different packets, that how the data being transferred, how it is being captured, and you can see, and you can download, see this is what like the way it is working, right? Now let me see what is the real-time traffic on my system, as I am not able to identify what type of packet or the network and the details are there on my system. I want to analyze those packets, and I want to perform the packet collection, and I need to go for a further analysis of those packets. So in that case, we generally prefer to go with one of the very good tool called I use a Wireshark. So there are many sniffers are there, right? So there are many sniffers. You can also download this Wireshark on Windows, so that's not a problem, right? Uh, Now, what is Wireshark? Wireshark is one of the tool which you can use it to capture all the data packet generated on the entire network. So the best practice, you can use this tool, especially if you are in the corporate network. Actually, it won't going to accept all the packets. So the by default packets, which actually it used to capture, that is ARP protocol packets, that is address resolution protocol, because those packets get broadcasted always on the network. And even if you have a managed network, you have a managed switch in your corporate, in your companies, or in any enterprises, or in any organization, then in that case, the the managed switch, especially in the managed switch, you cannot able to capture the third party packets, the packet which is generated for some other systems. But as you are on the network and you want to capture the data packet from the others machines as well, so what is the best practice? On the switch where your cable is connected, that is on the switch, make your port, there is an option in the managed switch. You have to configure your switch for your port and convert it into the promiscuous mode. There is an option called promiscuous mode on the switch, where your cable is connected, which particular port number you are connected, you must identify that first of all, and on that basis find your configuration page of your switch and convert your regular port to a promiscuous mode. The day you click on the promiscuous mode, then only you can able to capture all the data packets generated on that switch. So multiple machines are generating a packet, but switching itself is a secured process. It is not like a hub which always try to broadcast the data packet. So that is a very basic difference from hub to switch. So probably you get the questions in theory also, what is the difference in hub, switch, and router, or answer with the technical terms and all. So what is the best practice? You need to understand that hub journal used to broadcast the packet, switch never broadcast the packet. Now, which switch? There are two different types of switches. First is managed switch, second is unmanaged switch. So unmanaged switch also broadcasts the packet. It is just like a hub, but with the speed of 100 Mbps, 1 Gbps, or even 10 Gbps, etc. Where if you compare with the managed switch, obviously it is little expensive also, but the managed switch are specially designed to keep the privacy between port to port, right? So whatever the ports, the number of ports are there, and whatever the machine want to generate a packet for any other port or any other machine, so the data goes into a paired network. So they have a switched network, so they have their own peers which they create internally, and they try to transfer the packet through that channel. So even any hacker is there on the same network, or even any security provider is there, and if they really want to identify the level of those packets, what is the best practice? What they can do on that, they can only able to capture the packets whatever is available for their machine, or if they convert it into the promiscuous mode, then only they can able to capture the packets from the entire network. So whether you are able to capture the packet from your machine or from the entire network, that depends. Tool is same. We are not supposed to change the tool. The tool is same, but only the condition, how can you access the packet from the network? So this is the way how we can start, and let's say we'll start working on it. This is one of the application that's called as a Wireshark, which you can try. And on a Wireshark, let's say we have a network interfaces. So I have many network interfaces in my machine, and presently the traffic is there on this network interface. So I just need to double click to this interface, and that's it. You can see the list of packets which actually generated on the back end. So I got a complete list of packets over there, right? I hope you understand now. So this is the way how you can capture the list of packets, and I think you can see the flood of the packet, right? In the fraction of seconds, I think we reached to 10,000 packets, 11,000 packets. See, it's like it's a flood of packets which are going on the network right now, because already we are on video conferencing, and you must have seen a one common, if I'll click to any particular link, you will see that 74 series IP is more activated and more working. Reason, because we are connected with the video conferencing using Google Meet, and just because of that, the high traffic volume of data is there. And you must have seen the most of the data packet is like UDP packets, that is user datagram protocol packets are there. Okay, so let me stop this at this moment, and at least you can understand what is this all about. And so this is my source machine and trying to generate a lot of data packets, and this is what the volume of the packet which are moving towards the destination, and destination IP is also there in front of us. So in just a fraction of minutes, I think we reach almost 30,000 packets, right? So now you have a flood of packets, and now on the flood of packets, what is the best practice, how we are supposed to do the things? You can understand now easily that the moment if I click on any particular packet, right, now the source IP is there, destination is there, the time, obviously it's in the numerical format which we can convert into a date and time. There's a procedure and the method to convert this value to a date and time value, right? Serial number of the packet is there, length of the packet, and everything is there. Now you can see there is a three different frames are there, three different frames for this particular application. The first, the list of the flood of the packets. Second side is the header of the packet. So if I click on particular packet, let's say I selected a one UDP packet, then this is on the left side, we got a the list of the headers. What are the headers of the packets? And on the right side, there is a data of those packets. So some data which is moving, it is being listed in the hexadecimal values. You can see the content, or ASCII characters. We can read that packet. So you can identify, say this is the number of the frame. Now you can see what is the header of the packet, especially let's say UDP packet, and where we are on video conferencing. So interface ID, this is what, from which interface you captured the packet, what is your timestamps, epoch values, and then the list of the frames, like a previous captured packet and display packet and the first frame packet. So the chain of the packets is there, and frame size, captured packet. So you can identify the list of their protocols, that is UDP. So this is your first part, the frame, how the frame has been designed. And under the frame, then we have a Ethernet, so you can see the destination. So the name of the router and the MAC address of the router, and the source that I'm using right now, a TP-Link network interface, and their MAC address, right? So source and destination. Source is my machine where I have IP 1.15. From this MAC, I transferred a packet to the destination, but obviously my packet never directly reached to that destination, IP. My packet reached to my gateway, my router, and this is what the MAC address of my router. So this way you can able to identify what type of packet is there, what type of IP, source IP, destination IP. You can see the version, the details about all these packets. TTL, as you have seen, TTL, time to live, because it's Linux. So generally TTL is 64. Protocol, you can identify it, source address, destination addresses, everything is in being, it's reflected like quite in detail. If you really go through with the now UDP packet, so in case of UDP, which port number being used on the source as well as on the destination, it has been mentioned, and you can find the data on the source and the destination with the length of the packet, timestamps, payload of the size of the packet, and obviously the data which is there moving across the network, and the total number of bytes for this data packet. So I hope now you got an idea that how we are supposed to capture the data packets, and how we can able to identify what the way how you can identify the things, you can capture the things, and you can find what the packet is moving all across, right? So in this particular scenario, and now further if I want to say, let me start it again, and again it is being continue without saving. Okay, continue without saving. Say now again the packet being started. Now at this time, let's say I'll start with one more machine, and I use a virtual box where I'll use one Windows operating system, right? And I will show you some more details as well. So presently I use one of the uh, VM that is on Windows 7. So I'll generate a packet from that, and then I'll try to connect with the base one. So meanwhile, let's see what their network settings, and we'll take it to the network interface, right? So I hope the concept is quite clear to all, how things working, and see the data packet is still going on. It is capturing on the back end. Okay. Yeah, now that's right. All right. So this is how machine is ready, and we are on network. Let me open a CMD, and on CMD I'll just increase the size for you. Okay, quite readable now. and let's say IP config. So I got an IP address 192.168.1.2, and let's say I want to generate some data packet from now another machine where the IP is 192.168.1.2, where presently my network, on my network where my IP address is it's like 15. So my base machine, the IP is 192.168.1.15, and if I'll compare on the other machine, that is 192.168.1.2. Now, if I'll make any data transmission from Windows, where I'm running a Wireshark on the on the Linux architecture, and I want to generate a packet from Windows, and the packet generated for some third-party website. Let's say I'll only again do the same thing, ping to let's say again google.com. So there is no point to transfer the packet to the Linux, and it is on the bridge mode. And as it is on the bridge mode, so this machine already have their own unique identity on the network, right? So what I'm supposed to do, let's say I want to generate a packet. So 1.2 is the Windows machine, and I'm trying to generate some packets, say ping packet, ICMP packets to google.com. Now, if I do this, I got some reply, and that means the communication is going on. Now, I want to see whether we can really able to capture these packets or not, right? I need to verify that part. So for the purpose of verification, you can see the data goes to IP address in the last, I think this is a best practice. You remember the last host ID, that is 46. Okay, so on Google, we generate the packet, it goes to 46. Okay, where the 32 bytes are there for each packet, and we got a 4 reply. So these are the 4 replies from this particular packet. So let me close and let me go back, and let's go back to this particular part. And now something is going on, and probably we received the packet from 1.2 also, because presently it is in between 15 to some common. It's like video conferencing is going on. So the packet is for that particular purpose. Let's say we'll stop this. And as I stop this particular part, now what I need to do, let me try to filter the packets. I want to create a list of the packets, and I want to filter the packets. So I'm trying, you can see the movement on the top. This is the location where you can pass the list of filters. So you just type IP dot. The moment you type IP and dot, then you got a various properties and the internal methods which generate some packets or capture some information, and all the variables which are their properties of each protocol. So how to analyze the protocol, how to get the security part of the protocol, because in case if you really want to talk about security of any protocol, you select that protocol, press dot, and find all the list of the properties of those protocols, right? So even you can see IP also carries your city, your country. So many properties are also there, something like that. You believe that only there is an IP address? No, it's not only IP address. We can able to capture your geolocation, geo IP, and other details as well using your IP address. So these all are the various different properties of each protocol, right? So presently I used IP, and now I want to filter the packet of Windows machine. So IP.src, source IP, which is equals to, I have to mention that IP 192.168.1.2 is the IP address, and let's say I'll press enter. So if I'll now press enter, you can see being a source machine, how many packets generated by 1.2. Can you see this? The moment that machine is on, and even I only did a just ping packet, I generated ping packet, but whenever machine is on and the machine started their network services, so on the back end, what all the packets generated on the network in the sequence form, you can able to even identify the list of the sequence of those packets. So we can able to capture these packets, something like this, right? So there is a list of the protocols and their packets in this particular scenario, you can find so many packets, right? And what we want, let's say I want the list of protocols. Okay, so we have the protocol packets. Let's say you can see, can you see this ICMP packet? Right, so there are many such packets are there, and now I want ICMP packet only. So what is the best practice where I can able to find or figure out the ICMPs and all? So let me try if I can use ICMP and press enter. So I want, now I further add a filter with the AND gate and operator, that this is my IP address, ip.src equals to 192.168.1.2, and it actually generates the packet, and the packet generated, and I want only ICMP, I don't want other protocol packets. So in this way you can see the list of packets generated by this machine to whom the IP is 142.250.193.46, and now you can see, is it the same one? Yes, dot 46. So once you did a ping command, using a ping command, actually whatever the communication done by the Windows machine while sitting on the other machine, where I'm able to capture the communication between source 192.168.1.2 and the communication between the, let's say, Google and their one of the IP host ID, let's say 46, and the protocol is ICMP. So the request packets generated, because obviously this machine generates some request packets. So request packet generated, and in this request packet, if it is an ICMP, let's say we'll try now what is their interface. Now we are exploring the ICMP packets. Okay, and what are their timings, what are their frames, and protocol is ICMP. You can see further, you can find the list of your destination address, source address, so source MAC address and destination MAC address is there, so you can find that information. And uh, further you will find the IP addresses, so source and destination IP is there, and what are their various other, so it's a ICMP, one of the packet TTL 128, right? So that means the Windows machine, and all the details are available. And let's say we'll go to now ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, right? And once you go for it, it is by generated by ping command. It's a ping request. So we also get to know it's a ping request. And on once you explore, you will find data. So 32 bytes data was there. As you know, in Windows, it's a 32 bytes. And let me click to the data. And the moment you highlight that data, just go to the right side and just check. Do you know? Can you identify what are the 32 bytes? What is the data in that 32 bytes once you ping to Google? And that packet by default generated by Microsoft, by any Windows machine. So what is there in that 32 bytes? You can see the data is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, space, hi. This is the message generated by your ping command. And if you make a ping from Windows and see how you can able to capture the packet and what is the content moving in that packet. So I hope you're quite comfortable now and you understood what is this model all about, how to find the data packets, what is the scenario, what is the type of a data on the back end, and can we able to capture those packets or not. So this is one of the practice by which you can apply on various protocols. Why not on HTTP, FTP, SMTP, ICMP, TCP? So now it is, the it's itself is a very, very vast domain, right? Network is not a small area. It's a very, huge amount of data, hundreds and hundreds of protocols, and each protocol have many different types of parameters and their values. So what is being going on which basis it is working, how packet can be customized or captured, and you can able to collect that packet either from Wi-Fi or wired, hardly matters. So can we able to capture the data from wireless or wired network? Yes, the possibility is there, and this is the way how you can create list of filters. So I prefer, I think in the last session also I told you, go with the Wireshark and check the cheat sheet of the various filters and apply those filters on your on Wireshark and see the different level of data and their packets so that you can able to capture the things. I hope this concept is quite clear to everyone, right? This
Yes,
concept
sir.
is clear. And remember, similar kind of questions are always there in your exams. So practically, you are supposed to do these kind of activities, and you have to present this part of practical and in your exams, and then the queries and your viva is also on that basis, right? So what are the various types of filters? You need to find those filters and you need to apply and check. Let's say Wireshark cheat sheet. So you are supposed to apply Wireshark cheat sheets and find those cheat sheets, see what the maximum information you can gain out of Wireshark, and see it's a big list. And this is nothing. This is all about the level of filters which you apply, the operators like I use and ampersand ampersand. I think now the concept is quite clear to you that I use ampersand ampersand. So we use a collection of packets, operators, then filters, and how you will capture it, the way you start, you stop, which one is the first packet, last packet. You can make find with a view with a colorized data packet. For different protocol, you have a different color combination, start stop. So there's some basic commands, and on that basis, what are the filters? So you have to apply these filters like http host is equals to, you can find the host name, or apply if you know the host name, so you can filter those packets like this. Frame timing, right? Filter the sync flag packets. Wireshark beacon packets. Beacon packets we use generally, let's say for even in wireless hacking, we use beacons. We capture the packet. What are the broadcasted packets, multicasting packets, MAC address? You can filter the packet based on MAC address. So many permutation combinations are there. All what you need to do, you need to find out those combinations, apply those combination, and generate the results on that basis, right? So you what you need to learn actually, how to apply Wiresharks, right? So if I'll ask you, by using Wireshark, can you identify the HTTPS packets? Although you can obviously accept the HTTP packet, you access the data, but what about HTTPS packets if you can? So you can try some combination like Wireshark space capture and filter HTTPS packets. Okay, so try the HTTP packets, right? So the moment you'll do this, find what is the best option, how to do, how to proceed. You can find the protocol packet, something like that, TCP packet or SSL handshake packets. So what is the best practice to do all these things? You can find like this, the standard HTTPS protocol packet. So in that case, you are not supposed to write any HTTPS. You have to write TCP dot port. So we need to find the TCP port on that. And let's say we'll try, let's say I want to do this TCP port packet. So if I'll go and filter something like this, so you will find all the packets generated by TCP And if I'll apply, let's say, and IP.src equals to, let's say, 192.168.1.2, is there any packet something like that? So few packets by the source IP 192.168.1.2, the request generated for the port number 443, and 443 packets are always your TCP packets. So what are their packets? And you can figure out all the TCP packets and the collection of those packets generated by this machine. And you can see, let's say if I'll click to this, I think you can find that we generated a request to clients to from the client side, we generated a packet to google.com. So you can find SNI, so request goes to client google.com, and various machines on the back end, encrypted handshake, what are the ciphertext, so you can figure out that part. Application data protocol, so packets from application layer, right? Means if you start working now, then you realize, okay, there are a lot of things which we are supposed to work, and it's a very vast domain, very vast domain. So how to cater that packets, how to uh, find the level of packets. You can find the SSL handshake extension to the server, say for google.com or any domain, and for particular domain how many packets, so you can find those packets, isolate handshakes on those packets, try to decrypting the HTTPS packet. Now in case you want to go for a decryption, so there must be some key, so SSL key log files are there where you will find the session keys, and apply to the Wireshark to navigate, go to this location, okay, and set the master secret, browse for your saved key with the pre-master secret log file name, and once loaded, so Wireshark will automatically transfer your encrypted packet into a readable text format. So understood how, what is the procedure to decrypt even HTTPS packet. See, the things are available. So I prefer, like, why don't you try this, and let's say, can we able to capture the packets, HTTPS packets or not, and use some videos and some ways to capture the packets, right? So many things are there on network, and we need to figure out the things from the network side, network point of view, that how to proceed with all these things, and on that basis try to identify the behavior of the users, right? All the sessions, what type of sessions they are trying to maintain, what the way they are penetrating, what is a common pattern and the unique patterns, so you can able to analyze these things easily. All right, so actually you need to spend good time on Wireshark, a great good time on Wireshark, and try to make the list of combination learning strategies. Examples are there, how to, what the filtered packet, captured packet, how it displays. So everything is there in this particular format. You can figure out and you can retrieve the data from the Wireshark. Right? All right. So hope you understood this model, and further, let's say we'll go for the another session then on this particular part. Right? Any doubt? Any query? Any anything which you want to discuss?
No, sir, it's fine.
Great. So you need to practice, and make sure whenever you are appearing for your this MSCI 22 exam,
Mm-hmm.
always ready with your Wireshark details, because in practical journal this question used to come.
Okay. सर तो प्रैक्टिकल में वे लैब वगैरह वहीं पे देंगे या अपना लैपटॉप वगैरह ले जाना पड़ता है वहीं पे?
सी, इन केस ऑफ प्रैक्टिकल्स वैसे तो आपको पूरी लैब है, लैब में आपको सारी मशीन्स मिलेंगी।
ओके।
And there is a procedure in case if you want to download any software or something, even you request, they will provide you the internet also
ओके।
to just to download the softwares. Okay, not for the cheating or any other thing, but only to download the softwares.
ओके।
Let's say you, if you got a machine where the Wireshark, because every machine doesn't require all the softwares,
यस सर।
right? In case, in some scenarios, it has also been figured out that due to privilege issue, that you don't have privilege, and they're not supposed to give you the privilege and all that things, that you cannot install those softwares, and they need, say, kernel level privilege, or sometimes it depends on software to software, it sometimes it may vary. So
यस
in
सर।
such scenario, even we'll allow you to use your laptop also, but based on conditions that you can show that what type of tool you want to use. So जो आपका वहाँ पे वो होंगे ना, invigilations में जो आए होते हैं experts होंगे. So
ओके।
just request them that I want to present this tool, or I want to use this tool which is already downloaded in my laptop, and I just want to do it for you. So you can process by using your laptop also, that's not a problem if you have a complete toolkit with you. कई बार ना कुछ ऐसे आएंगे आगे एप्लीकेशंस में that you need a web server, you need web application, तो वहां पे कौन सा नया वेब सर्वर डालेंगे and all installation and also sometimes the resources required.
यस।
And in that case, because of that, मतलब ये एक ऐसा कोर्स है जिसमें इंटरनेट प्रोवाइड किया जाता है एग्जाम के टाइम में. Are you getting my point? Because we cannot restrict you to use only the tools which we taught to you. In the industry, there are many tools, thousands of tools are there, and suppose you are doing the similar job by any other tool which you are using, which you are hands-on onto it. So we allow you to go with that tool. That's not a problem. The purpose is to solve the problem statement given to you. Anna,
ओके
by
सर।
using any tool, if you can solve it by using those tools or your own tool, so we don't have any problem. Okay, in that scenario, so you can even carry your laptops. So that is good to go. Okay, na?
ठीक है सर। और सर उसमें हम डोकर एंड कुबरनेट्स में और इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से क्या क्या उसमें कर सकते हैं? वो सेटअप तो हो गए सर लैब।
जैसे जैसे हम टूल्स कवर कर रहे हैं ना, और टॉपिक बाय टॉपिक आप देख लो, उन टॉपिक से रिलेटेड जो भी रेलेवेंट टूल्स हैं आप वो पहले डाल के लाओ. कुछ लोग वहां पे वो लेके आते हैं, जैसे खाली ओएस पहले से डाल के ले आते हैं वीएम में कि कोई भी टूल चाहिए उसमें मिल जाएगा इफ यू आर गुड इन ऑन लिनक्स. कुछ लोग पहले ही वेब सर्वर्स वगैरह डाल के लेके आते हैं. अब ये वायर शार्क है, ये मतलब दैट इज आल्सो, आई थिंक इसका साइज कितना है अगर आप देखेंगे डाउनलोड.
सर ज्यादा नहीं है इसका, 200 से 500 एमबी के बीच ही है आई थिंक।
हाँ, क्या चीज?
200 to 500 एमबी के अराउंड ही है इसका।
है ना, डाउनलोडिंग और उसके बाद इंस्टॉलेशन में स्पेस चाहिए और वो सब कुछ चाहिए, है ना. सो बेसिकली द मोमेंट यू गो विद द वायरशार्क एंड इफ यू आर सपोज टू डाउनलोड जो भी साइज है, तो कई बार आप चेक करोगे कि आपको ना एक आइडिया मिल जाएगा. देखो ये मैक ओएस के लिए भी, और डिपेंड करता है आप कौन सा ओएस ला रहे हो.
यस सर।
है ना, तो यू कैन इवन ट्राई द लेटेस्ट वन एंड यू कैन डाउनलोड एंड प्रोसेस.
यस सर, पोर्टेबल भी आता है सर इसमें ना?
हाँ हाँ, पोर्टेबल भी है, पोर्टेबल एप्स है ना, विंडोज और इन सब के लिए पोर्टेबल्स भी हैं, बिल्कुल आते हैं चीजें, पोर्टेबल मिल जाती है. तो दैट्स गुड टू गो. आई थिंक आप इनमें से ट्राई कर सकते हो. अब वही है ना कि अगर आप कहीं पुरानी मशीन यूज कर रहे हो उसमें पुराना वर्जन होगा, और अगर आप कोई ऐसा फीचर चाह रहे हो जो कि नए वर्जन को सपोर्ट करे, सो इन दैट केस बेटर टू गो विद अ न्यू वन, क्योंकि उसमें नए ट्रैफिक और नया उसको आप वर्कआउट कर सकोगे. पुराने में ना आप HTTPS को प्रोसेस नहीं कर पाते थे.
यस सर।
इनफैक्ट और पुराना वर्जन था वायर शार्क से भी, एक पुराना था एथरकैप.
यस सर, यस सर।
एथरकैप के बाद बना था वायर शार्क. एथरकैप में ना हम एथरनेट का डेटा ले पाते थे, वायरलेस का डेटा नहीं ले पाते थे. 802.11 का डेटा पैकेट नहीं आता, वायरलेस के पैकेट्स नहीं थे उसमें.
यस सर।
उसमें जो पैकेट थे केवल लैन के ही मिलते थे. तो इसीलिए वायर शार्क आया, और इसके भी अब देखो अलग अलग वर्जन्स आ रहे हैं, तो इट इज ऑलवेज रिकमेंडेड टू गो विद द लेटेस्ट वन, एंड देन यू कैन फर्दर टेक इट टू एनालिसिस पर्पस के अच्छा हम देखो किस तरीके से इसको प्रोसेस कर सकते हैं। सो यू विल गेट अ प्रॉपर ऑप्शंस, जैसे ये मैंने बताया ना HTTPS के पैकेट्स कैसे निकालोगे,
यस
क्योंकि
सर।
वायर शार्क में आपको कहीं पे भी ना HTTPS नहीं मिलेगा। HTTP के मिल जाएंगे पैकेट, HTTPS के नहीं मिलेंगे, क्योंकि वो विद SSL हैं और वो सिक्योर टनल के साथ चल रहे हैं। तो SSL का डेटा जो आपको पता है, HTTPS का पोर्ट नंबर होता है 443,
443। हाँ सर, उसके
इसीलिए
साथ।
हमने इसको TCP के पोर्ट 443 के साथ लिया,
हम्म।
तो वो मिल गया, वो डिटेल्स हमें नजर आ रही हैं, है ना। सो दिस इज द वे, अनदर वे हाउ वी कैन एबल टू कैप्चर द पैकेट्स। HTTPS पैकेट्स हैं सारे, लेकिन अभी भी इसके अंदर डेटा इंक्रिप्टेड है। तो इंक्रिप्टेड डेटा को डिक्रिप्ट कैसे करें, अभी HTTPS के पैकेट्स तो मिल गए जो 443 के लिए थे, अब उसके अंदर के पैकेट्स भी निकालने, तो मतलब इट्स लाइक अ स्मॉल एक्सपेरिमेंटल जॉब व्हिच यू नीड टू डू। ये था कैप्चरिंग द पैकेट, व्हाट इज द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस टू गो विद कैप्चरिंग द पैकेट, and once you capture, what is the way to display the packets, so display packets, and then how you are going to decrypt the HTTPS traffic, which is obviously optional depending upon what type of data is there. So you need to figure out first of all the session keys, आपको सेशन कीज मिलेंगी तब जाके और आप उसे एम्बेड करोगे वायरशार्क में, और तब आपको जो है प्लेन टेक्स्ट में डेटा मिलेगा, नहीं तो नहीं मिलेगा। सो लिटिल एक्सपेरिमेंटल, बिकॉज सिक्योरिटी प्रोटोकॉल्स बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, तो ये जो आपका एक टॉपिक भी है ना सिक्योरिटी प्रोटोकॉल्स, और वो कैसे ब्रीच हो सकता है या नहीं हो सकता है, दैट इज द अनदर वे। सो वी आर सपोज टू टॉक ऑन दीज ग्राउंड्स दैट व्हाट आर द सिक्योरिटी प्रोटोकॉल्स, तो इनका काम होगा कैसे, ये वर्क कैसे करेंगे। ये देखो स्पेसिफिक प्रोटोकॉल्स, तो एक वैसे तो प्रोटोकॉल्स और बड़े सारे IPsec है ना, और बड़े सारे प्रोटोकॉल्स हैं, तो उन प्रोटोकॉल्स के डेटा पैकेट को हम कैसे कैप्चर करेंगे, तो जनरली इससे रिलेटेड अभी एडवांस चीजें ये आ गई, सो दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू एक्सप्लोर। तो उसके लिए सबसे पहला काम यही है ना, आप HTTPS से शुरू करो। सो यू गॉट अ आइडिया एटलीस्ट, ये देखो ये स्टेप्स हैं जिसके थ्रू आप HTTPS का डेटा निकाल सकते हो बाय यूजिंग वायरशार्क, तो उसके लिए लेकिन वर्जन नया लगेगा। गॉट इट?
यस सर।
राइट। तो बस इस तरह से आप एक बार प्रैक्टिस शुरू करो, तो आपको बड़ा इसमें ऑप्शंस मिल जाएंगे सारे, अप्लाई, इन वायरशार्क, नेविगेट, एडिट, प्रेफरेंस, प्रोटोकॉल्स, TLS। तो आपका जो टूल है इसमें है ना, एडिट, प्रेफरेंसेस, पैकेट्स और प्रोटोकॉल्स, क्या था, हाँ प्रोटोकॉल्स में TLS, प्रोटोकॉल्स में देखो कितने सारे प्रोटोकॉल्स हैं, तो प्रोटोकॉल्स में आपको उसमें ढूंढना है TLS, there you will find TLS, और TLS में है ना की लिस्ट, इसमें कीज ढूंढनी है, कीज निकालनी है आपको, है ना। सो अप्लाई एंड नेविगेट एंड अप्लाई दिस ऑप्शन एंड सेट द मास्टर सीक्रेट की। तो इसमें आपको जाके अपना डीबग करके ब्राउज करके, ये है ना प्री मास्टर सीक्रेट की, लॉग फाइल नेम, ये आपको ढूंढनी है पहले, और ये अगर आपने ढूंढ लिया तो जस्ट ब्राउज एंड अपलोड इट, सो दैट यू कैन एबल टू डिक्रिप्ट द encrypted packet of TLS। अंडरस्टूड किस तरीके से ये लोग काम करते हैं। तो आपका आज भी हैकिंग हो रही है, हैकिंग कैसे हो रही है, सोचो ना, जब हमारा डेटा 100% इंक्रिप्टेड है, TLS फॉर्मेट में है, ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर सिक्योरिटी है, और ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर सिक्योरिटी का मतलब बड़ा क्लियर है ना, कि वो डेटा केवल
साइफर टेक्स्ट में जाएगा सर। हाँ।
मशीन्स पे ही, जो जो डेडिकेटेड ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर में जो सोर्स और डेस्टिनेशन है, केवल वहीं पे ही प्रोसेस होगा, बीच में कहीं प्रोसेस नहीं होगा। तो उसके लिए क्या, उसका एक सीक्रेट की है, तो कैन वी गेट दैट सीक्रेट की ऑन आवर मशीन एंड कैन वी एबल टू डिक्रिप्ट इट। तो दिस इज द वे हाउ यू कैन प्रपोज IP प्रोटोकॉल पैकेट की फाइल, और उनके पासवर्ड्स क्या हैं। अगर ये चीज हमें मिल जाएगा, वी कैन ऐड एंड वी कैन ट्राई and further we can able to decrypt only, otherwise you can't decrypt. तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझना पड़ेगा कि डिक्रिप्शन होता कैसे HTTPS का, है ना।
यस सर।
तो मैक फेल हो रहा है मतलब मैक स्पूफ हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, या आपका मैक सेम नहीं है तो TLS हो गया कि कोई खोलने की कोशिश कर रहा है लेकिन मैक एड्रेस मैच नहीं कर रहा है, तो चीजें जो है वो ओपन नहीं करने दे रही हैं। तो व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस, व्हाट आर द वेज एंड हाउ यू कैन इंप्लीमेंट द सिक्योरिटी इन द प्रोटोकॉल। डेप्थ में नेटवर्क को पढ़ना है तो उसके लिए you are supposed to think about all these areas, you have to work on these areas. Got it?
यस सर।
Great. So I think it's good to go if you can try these things. Still you face any inconvenience, so let me know. तो समझ गए ना अभी कितना कुछ एक्सप्लोर करना है, कितने ऑप्शंस हैं, ऐसा नहीं है, देखो ऑप्शंस ही भरे पड़े हैं, हर एक का पर्पस है एक। हाउ यू कैन इंजेक्ट TLS सीक्रेट कीज, डिस्कार्ड ऑल सीक्रेट्स, इसमें कुछ ऑप्शंस हैं हमारे पास जिसके थ्रू हम सीक्रेट कीज को डाल के और फिर एनालाइज करते हैं। फर्दर फिल्टर्स अप्लाई कैसे करना है ना, कौन से प्रोटोकॉल्स हैं या मिसिंग है या नहीं है तो उसको इनेबल करना है, डिसेबल करना है, स्टेटिस्टिकल डेटा निकालना है, टोटल कितने पैकेट्स कैप्चर्ड फाइल, है ना, रिजॉल्व एड्रेस कितने हैं। तो ये जितने ये पूरी लिस्ट ऑफ एड्रेसेस आ गए ना, मैक एड्रेसेस की पूरी लिस्ट आ गई, नेम आ गए कि इतने इतने एड्रेसेस हैं ये सब जिन्होंने अभी तक कम्युनिकेट किया। तो यू विल फाइंड द होस्ट नेम, ऐसे पोर्ट्स की लिस्ट, कैप्चर डिटेल्स अगर कुछ है तो दिस वे यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग एंड गो विद एनालिटिकल एनालिसिस एंड स्टैटिस्टिकल पार्ट। तो आपको डिटेल मिलनी शुरू हो जाएंगी कि अरे बड़ा कुछ है अभी इसमें निकालने को, राइट।
राइट सर।
ऑल एड्रेसेस का आईपी, ये देखो कितने आईपीज हैं जिन्होंने काम किया, कितना पैकेट जनरेट किया, कितने काउंट, टोटल अभी तक कितने 79,000 पैकेट्स आ गए थे, जिसमें से सबसे ज्यादा पैकेट किसने जनरेट किया 75,000, तो यही आईपी था। तो सबसे ज्यादा कम्युनिकेशन इसी के साथ हो रहा था। एंड इसके अलावा और कौन से आईपी एड्रेसेस आए उसकी पूरी रिपोर्ट मिल सकती है। तो ये एनालिटिकल थोड़ा हेल्प कर देता है, मैक्सिमम रेट, है ना, बर्स्ट रेट्स, स्टार्ट, मिनिमम वैल्यूम, मैक्सिमम अगर कुछ डेटा वॉल्यूम है या कुछ है, तो ये एक इस तरह के आपको ना एनालिटिकल और स्टैटिस्टिकल रिपोर्ट्स मिल जाती है। सो यू कैन ट्राई विद आईपी सोर्स, कोई स्पेसिफिक सोर्स TTL है तो आप डिफाइन कर सकते हो, पोर्ट्स नंबर, डेस्टिनेशन, और कोई पर्टिकुलर पोर्ट, कितने पोर्ट्स, कौन सा पोर्ट और कौन से डेस्टिनेशन पे कौन सा पोर्ट का कितना डेटा गया। देखो कितना बढ़िया ये रिपोर्ट है, यानी ये सर्वर पे UDP पैकेट गए और इतने पैकेट गए और इतने काउंट थे टोटल, ठीक है ना। तो आपको ये पता चल रहा है कि कम्युनिकेशन किस प्रोटोकॉल बेसिस पे हो रहा है, और उनके पोर्ट नंबर्स भी हैं कि ये मल्टीपल पोर्ट्स आ रहे हैं, ये वाले आईपी से ये UDP पैकेट जनरेट हुआ और इतने सारे प्रोटोकॉल, इतने सारे पोर्ट्स खोल दिए। अरे भाई इतने बैकएंड में पोर्ट क्यों खोल रहा है, ये कौन है, विंडोज 1.2 आ गया, टोटल इसने 728 UDP पैकेट जनरेट कर दिए, टोटल पैकेट जनरेट कर दिए जिसमें से 55 UDP है, और 55 में सारे ये अलग अलग पोर्ट नंबर से खोले, तो अलग अलग पोर्ट से कौन सा डेटा भेज रहा है, दैट इज अ चैलेंज। इट मींस इस विंडोज को देखना पड़ेगा कि बैकएंड में कहाँ कहाँ कनेक्ट होता है। सेम वे विद TCP, तो TCP के कितने पैकेट जनरेट हुए और कौन से पोर्ट नंबर से डेटा गया। So this is the way how you get actually the stats, the complete stats. The best part यही होता है, पूरा एक बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस है, घर में ना आप एक बार इंटरनेट सबके वाईफाई है, मॉर्निंग में इवन अर्ली मॉर्निंग या रात को 12 बजे आप अपना वायरशार्क एक मशीन पे ऑन करके 24 घंटे के लिए छोड़ दो, और जो डेटा कलेक्शन हो उसको स्टॉप करना, यहाँ जैसे मैंने ये स्टॉप किया हुआ है, इसको जाके सेव कर लो। ये सेव करके ये आपका PCAP फाइल बना देगा। आप चाहो तो इसे कंप्रेस करके gzip में भी डाल सकते हो क्योंकि साइज बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा, ठीक है। तो pcap-ng फाइल बन जाएगी, अपना फाइल नेम दो और आपके पास, जैसे मेरे पास आ गया अभी का मैं देखूं तो 80,000 डेटा पैकेट्स आ गए, एंड फर्दर 80,000 डेटा पैकेट्स पे अब आपको क्या क्या R&D करनी है, क्या क्या निकालना है, इवन डेटा एनालिटिक्स, डेटा स्टार, क्या नाम है, डिस्क्रिप्टिव एनालिसिस, ये सारी इंफॉर्मेशन आप इन्हीं पैकेट्स में से निकाल सकते हो बाय यूजिंग पाइथन। इसको आगे और डिटेल में ले जाओ फॉर पाइथन एंड ऑल। इसमें कहीं कोई पैकेट काउंट है HTTP का, तो HTTP के टोटल कितने पैकेट मिले, इनको 168 पैकेट मिले। इसमें सर्वर एरर ये होता है ना, 404, देखो 404 बैड रिक्वेस्ट आई, या ऐसा कुछ एरर्स आपको मिले, रीडायरेक्ट कितने पैकेट हुए हैं, सक्सेस कितने एक्सेस हुए हैं, सर्च क्या थे, पोस्ट रिक्वेस्ट कितनी गई हैं, है ना, पोस्ट मेथड यूज हुआ है, डेटा पोस्ट हुआ है, नोटिफाई गया है, हेड क्या है, ये आप इस तरह से एक एक करके डिटेल निकालोगे। तो ये तो HTTP के, बट व्हाट अबाउट HTTPS? तो ऐसे में आपके फिल्टर्स अलग बन जाएंगे, एंड फॉर दैट यू नीड टू रिट्रीव द डिटेल्स। तो ये स्टार्ट्स में ही आपको मैक्सिमम चीजें मिल जाती हैं, अलग से जाने की जरूरत नहीं होती। So only you need to click and you will get a proper report based on let's say whatever the information you want to retrieve out of it. You will get a proper map, data transmission models, time series models, from particular IP to particular IP via port numbers, and वो सारी details आप इस तरह से निकाल सकते हो। तो कंसर्न यही है कि आप कैसे देखोगे डेटा को और कैसे उसको एनालाइज करोगे, तो दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, राइट? So try to use the latest one, whatever is best practice, and do good hands on, means you have to spend good time. अब टेलीफोनी के लिए वाइप कॉल्स होंगी, अगर आपके यहाँ पे कोई इसमें वाईफाई यूज करके व्हाट्सएप कॉलिंग कर रहा है, तो वो कौन सी होंगी, वो वाइप कॉल्स में आएगा। LTE की कॉल्स, उसके मैक्स स्टेटस, तो ये स्पेशली टेलीफोनी से रिलेटेड अगर डेटा निकालना है, सिप स्टेटस होते हैं, सिप प्रोटोकॉल होता है, सिप प्रोटोकॉल सर्वर पे डेटा आपका जाता है और वहां से डेटा जो है एक्चुअल कॉल्स पे रीडायरेक्ट होता है। तो अगर आप टेलीफोनी का डिटेल पे काम कर रहे हो, तो उससे रिलेटेड उनके सारे प्रोटोकॉल्स, उनकी लिस्ट, और फिर उनसे रिलेटेड उनकी समरीज है इसमें। वायरलेस नेटवर्क में हो तो ब्लूटूथ का डेटा पैकेट कैसे वेरीफाई करोगे, तो यू आर दीज फीचर्स आल्सो। WLAN नेटवर्क पे कितना ट्रैफिक है, कौन से डिवाइसेस हैं, और कितने BSSIDs निकले। अभी मैं LAN पे हूँ तो अभी नहीं है, बट इफ यू आर ऑन वायरलेस देन यू विल फाइंड कितने BSSIDs हैं, कितनी मशीनें हैं, और उनका क्या स्टेटस है, बेकॉन क्या है, ये पूरी डिटेल्स आपको वायरलेस के भी मिल जाएंगी। तो वायरलेस डेटा पैकेट्स ऐसे ब्लूटूथ की मिल जाएंगी। You are on network and you are generated some packets, so you can find these things. ऐसे ही कुछ क्या फायरवॉल के कुछ वो लगा सकते हैं, तो आईपी टेबल्स लगाते हैं। आईपी टेबल्स में आप अपेंड कर सकते हो, जैसे ये वाले इसको, और ये पैकेट ड्रॉप कर दो, तो ये सजेशंस भी देता है इनबाउंड पैकेट्स को, आपको क्या रूल्स होने चाहिए, या हमने क्या रूल्स लगाए हुए हैं नेटवर्क लेवल पे, या हम लगा सकते हैं कि अगर ये चीज मैच नहीं हो रहा, तो आईपी टेबल्स लाइनक्स में लगता है, बिकॉज माय बेस मशीन इज लाइनक्स, सो आई गॉट अ रूल्स ऑन लाइनक्स कि आई शुड गो एंड अपेंड द इनपुट चैनल of this interface at this ethernet, so these are the examples, right? And source IP ये हो, और उसके पास ये डेटा जाए तो ड्रॉप कर दे। सो जंप टू ड्रॉप -j लगा देते हैं, दैट इज जंप टू ड्रॉप, और पूरा जंप आप लिखते हैं। तो सो दिस इज द वन ऑफ द वे you can find out the details or filter the details based on all the packets and what are the denial, and तो ये define किए जा सकते हैं firewall rules. So the various ways to apply the things like on firewalls, MAC address block करने हैं, है ना, आप कोई भी नया मैक एड्रेस आ रहा है और वो ऐसा कुछ डेटा जनरेट कर रहा है, तो आपको मैक एड्रेस मिल रहा है, उसका मैक एड्रेस पकड़ के ब्लॉक कर दो। विद इन द लैन अगर है तो मैक, so you will see that there are many features which are available in this particular part. You can find their entire details step by step, and then you can do a lot of experiments on that. नेटवर्क को कैसे एनालाइज करना है, क्या क्या चीजें करना है, I think now you can solve many different types of issues which are generated on the network. In fact, सिर्फ यही नहीं, हम लोग अगर हम बेसिकली सर्वर्स पे जब काम करते हैं, तो that is another challenge. Any similar tool like Wireshark or let's say Ubuntu server. अब हमारे पास कोई सर्वर है तो हमें कमांड लाइन चाहिए, NCLI चाहिए, कमांड लाइन चाहिए हमें, है ना? So there is an option called T-Shark. You can find direct CLI version है ना? Term Shark या TCP dump. So there's not only one tool, there are many other tools, and on the prompt we can start with T-Shark, and they'll give you a terminal-based data collection model, and further we can take it to analysis. और TCP dump से डेटा लोगे तो कैसे pcap फाइल बना लोगे? वो pcap या pcap-ng फाइल वो वायरशार्क वाली फाइल ही है. So even by using a Linux on any server, we can able to capture the packet something like this, and further we'll take it to analytical part. तो पूरा दिन कितना डेटा आया, particular trace में कितना आया, we can have all the collection of those packets. So that further to analysis. तो क्या-क्या possibilities हैं, ये आप देख सकते हो. ये आउटपुट होने देगा, इंटरैक्टिव मोड देगा तो टर्म शार्क इंटरैक्टिव है. ये केवल आउटपुट देगा, जनरेट करता जाएगा और पैकेट करता जाएगा. ये वायर शार्क का सिंटेक्स मैच करता है, ये भी यही है. टीसीपी डंप बीपीएफ मॉडल, पुराना मॉडल था, बीपीएफ मॉडल का सिंटेक्स फॉलो करता है फॉर फिल्टर. प्रोटोकॉल टाइप वेरी हाई, पूरा डेप्थ में कवर कर सकते हो आप, इसमें सिर्फ मॉडरेट कर सकते हो. बेसिकली ये सिर्फ टीसीपी है, बाकी प्रोटोकॉल्स तो है नहीं. So that is on the moderate level. So overhead में moderate and low है, और इसमें आप यूजेज सिनेरियो, आप ऑटोमेटेड स्क्रिप्ट्स लगा सकते हो, रिमोट लाइव डीबगिंग कर सकते हो कि किस पैकेट को आप देख के ब्लॉक करना है कुछ है. तो ये टर्म शार्क और टी शार्क, there are two good different tools which you can try and capture the packet and process the things of this. तो ऐसे आप कुछ टूल्स ट्राई करो जिससे आपको पता चल जाएगा, क्योंकि सर्वर्स में कोई GUI नहीं है, ऑनलाइन है, and you are connected with the SSH and you are into the server on their shell. So instead of Wireshark, graphical थोड़ी बैठोगे देखने. So in that case, you can try T-Shark or Term Shell, Term Shark, right? So I think this is the best practice where you can try. So I think it's good to go. Start करो इसे. कुछ डाउट आता है, कोई क्वेरी आती है तो बताइए. I think we can then proceed.
ठीक है सर,
है ना? इसे प्रैक्टिकल कर लो, और फिर नेक्स्ट हम एक वो ले लेते हैं वायरशार्क, ये फायरवॉल्स का, और एक क्रिप्टोग्राफी का सेशन. वो हम फिर पोस्ट लंच ले लेते हैं. आप इस सबको प्रैक्टिस कर लो.
ठीक है सर.
चलो, ग्रेट.
ओके,
ठीक है जी, ग्रेट, थैंक यू. कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ लेना, मैं हूँ, ऑनलाइन ही हूँ, तो आप यू कैन कनेक्ट मी, राइट?